Yes, everybody, hello, welcome back to Forever United TV. Hope you're all doing fantastically well, Manchester United fans. Calm. International break is about to get underway tomorrow, and no stress or drama of football, but we are still picking up on all the news, of course. I've got you covered. We went through a couple of stories earlier on today. We picked up on the Sekou Kone story, which is floating around from earlier on today. That was a video out earlier on at lunchtime today, so go check that out after this live show tonight. That gives you all the up-to-date information on what's happening with Sekou Kone, where he's at the moment. Thought to be in line for a Premier League start this season. All of that was earlier on as well. And this morning we touched on Andre Onana potentially moving to the Saudi Pro League off reports from this morning. Well, Andre Onana is back in the news today. So too is Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So too is Kobbie Mainoo and Tyrell Malacia on tonight's show, everybody. So get yourselves into the live chats and into the comment section if you are playing catch up later on, everyone. I want your thoughts in there. I want the community talking and everybody debating everything as you always do. Let's get our United fix for this evening, everyone. Well, talking of the situation, 2 more outgoings expected before any transfer window closes, or every transfer window closes, I should say. Obviously, the 2 big ones that are open at the moment are the Saudi Pro League and the Turkish League. Now, the Turkish League window is closed very, very soon, in about a week's time, in fact. So, there is business to be done. And again, it looks like there is a choice to be made by Trabzonspor, who are looking at, like we reported yesterday, Altay Bayındır, after their goalkeeper was sold to Galatasaray, now on the hunt for another keeper. But now we are hearing, and there is reports floating around, that there has been a loan offer made to Manchester United for Andre Onana, and that both club and player are considering this offer right now. Obviously, Andre Onana needs to make a decision on his career as right now. As we're talking, like, it's international. He's fighting for his international place. He's fighting for playing any first team football at all. We went through all of that this morning. Concentrate on the actual offer side of things as well. There's a couple of outlets talking about this, but I think what's happening here is I feel like Manchester United are open to selling Andre Onana, but I think they would be happy to loan him at this stage right now for reasons like we've explained before. Big wages, another player out the way, 4 first-team goalkeepers. We don't really need 4, and he is the biggest earner. And obviously, if his wages are off the book by any sort of margin, that is, if Trabzonspor, for instance, can only offer half of Andre Onana's wages, that still pretty much pays for Tom Heaton and Sen Lammens' wages at Manchester United. If Andre Onana is off the books, then obviously you're looking at Bayındır not really costing Manchester United much either. I think United are open to anything right now for Andre Onana, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe will come into this video and what he's doing and working on behind the scenes at the moment, and the impact that he's having at Manchester United. But a loan offer from Trabzonspor for Manchester United, I think they would probably take either one of the goalkeepers right now. There is a pull from both of them. I think Onana's a bigger name. I don't think it's for good reasons, though. Obviously, he's in the headlines for all the wrong reasons at the moment. And Bayındır, a fellow nationality, and would comfortably fit in at Trabzonspor, I feel, right now. I don't want to lose Bayındır. That's a question I want to ask the live chat. Who would you rather go on loan? If you had to choose between 2 of the goalkeepers right now that are at Manchester United, it's Bayındır or it's Onana. Get into the live comment section, everybody, and tell me, would you loan out Bayındır or Andre Onana right now? Which keeper would you let go? Which one do you want out of the door? Like, what's the lesser of the 2 evils, you could say? And get into the comment section on that one, everyone. I want to know who you want rid of. I kind of already got a feeling it may be a certain... Let's not speculate. We'll let that one run for a little bit, but I can already see that there's plenty of people going the way that I would go. And if you watch the show a lot, then you will know which way I would go with that decision on both of them goalkeepers anyway. But yeah, the actual interest is genuine as well in both Manchester United goalkeepers, is the report. Look, you don't even need someone to tell you that this is a genuine report and a genuine potential deal for Manchester United to flog either one of them goalkeepers. Because, yes, of course, they need a goalkeeper. We have got 4. We've just bought 1 in. Heaton's not going anywhere, so you've got a choice of 2. I do fully believe that one of Man United's goalkeepers will be gone before the international break is over and we come back to play Manchester City on the Sunday of the 14th of September. I do believe that they will be gone. And I think this is what everybody's looking at. And all of the reports are leading that way right now. Manchester United are trying to move Onana on. It's going to be the Saudi Pro League or it's going to be the Turkish League. I do think the Turkish League would do Andre Onana the power of good if it comes to game time, respectable league. I don't think they're going to have an issue, though, with Andre Onana playing in the Saudi Pro League. But the Saudi Pro League's usually loan players. Bit different. I mean, if he went to the Saudi Pro League, I don't think Manchester United would have an issue with his wages being covered. Say, for instance, he went there on loan. I don't think the Saudi Pro League teams would have any issue in paying Andre Onana's wages if they didn't have to put a transfer fee forward. I think United would be okay with that. 1 year's salary off the books for United for Andre Onana, that's quite substantial money, really, when you think about it. You're up there near like the 5 million for this season, really, off the books for Andre Onana. And I think United, right now, with the other wages that they've saved, would be fully acceptance of that because, like we've spoken about before, Manchester United would be open to bringing in another loan player in January. So if we've got a wage off the books again and we loan a decent player out in January, the options are completely open for Manchester United in that department. So United saving about 4 or 5 million more in wages off Andre Onana, they will be all over that. They know that they're not going to sell him right now. I think it's very, very clear. Look, if United managed to sell Onana now in the last knockings of the Saudi Pro League transfer deadline, then I would be hats off to the club, well done, and bye-bye, thank you, everything that we always wanted. It just took us over 3 months to get there after the debacle that was the end of last season and what that man cost us. But still, we are happy that he's out of the door. So that I feel is, I think, where Manchester United are at, completely open to letting Andre Onana go. I think it's going to be a full-on now. For me, any offer that's on the table, we're looking into and we are considering. But Trabzonspor's apparent loan offer for Andre Onana has no details behind it. It's just being considered, and obviously it's all on Andre Onana to look into this as well and figure out if it's the right move for him. I do believe that it would be the right move for him to sod off to Turkey, basically. I think that's where his level is at, and I think he'll do all right over there. I really don't care how he does. And I'm happy that all of the players have left Manchester United right now, and there's lots of stories flying around about certain Manchester United players that have left the football club. Don't read into all of them. You've probably seen the story earlier on about Jadon Sancho as well and what was said by Todd Bowley. Fabrizio Romano can come out and completely killed that off. Something around him not turning up for training and not even turning up for a match day. It's a load of crap. No, that didn't happen. Romano has killed it. So, yeah, lots of stories going around for former Manchester United players, but drama. Just pure drama that this football club does not need anymore. And when that is done and dusted and then players are gone, we can start operating, like I've said all summer, like as soon as this bomb squad's gone, as soon as the headaches are gone, the big earners, the players that really are just stealing a living at Manchester United, I think by this time next year, we will be rid of everybody. And I really do believe in that. I think we will be rid of quite a lot of players. And Manchester United will have been streamlined in terms of wage structure. And transfers in, I think, will be players that are really going to feature for Manchester United going forward. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that day. I think it is coming. And that's why I do have a lot of positives when talking about Manchester United and the new regime at the moment. Not many people do actually believe me or actually agree with me on this, but honestly, I do think that we are going in the right direction. I do. It's going to take time to move it around, but I think these sorts of decisions now and Manchester United's hierarchy acting on things, like we brought up the story of Andre Onana this morning and the way that they had to change their minds and change tactics for this window and go bang, in we go. I think that's what we're going to get again now. If someone comes in with an offer, not what we ideally wanted at the start of the window, but you know what? Let's not let these players rot. Let's not keep a problem within Man United, and let's take what we can right now. And if there's a loan offer on the table, even if it's partial wages covered for Andre Onana, you're taking that offer and you're getting him out of the way. That's what you're doing. That's what I think Manchester United are looking at right now, and I think they will be open to any offer that's on the table just to get him out. and I think we are getting closer. I do believe that there is something bubbling up with Andre Onana. There was a story going around earlier on from Fabrizio Romano. Again, another one of them scary stories. I'm not going to ignore it because it is the counter to what I've just been talking about right now when Andre Onana leaving Manchester United. We do have to report everything, and I will always report both sides of this, but Fabrizio Romano's story was that Ruben Amorim only wants the top players in and playing at Manchester United right now, the top performers. So you would be confident that that would mean not Andre Onana. And then he said after that, which kind of killed it a little bit, he still has a great relationship with Andre Onana. Well, maybe he does have a great relationship off the pitch, like Andre Onana does with everybody. He is a clown. I don't mean that in the bad sense. I mean, he is like the club clown, joking around, always laughing. I've been there at Carrington and seen him in full view on the way that he actually is. He is a bit of a goof and a clown. He just likes to get everybody laughing and joking around. Honestly, I've not got a problem with that. I think every club needs a club clown in terms of someone who's always got that comedy factor. Keeps everybody off, keeps everybody from feeling a little bit downbeat and the day-to-day grind of being at a football club and doing the same thing every single day. I'm making professional footballers sound like it's a real chore here, aren't I? I'm not going down that road, but you know what I mean by this. Every club has got that player, that sort of, that like Jimmy Bullard type, Paul Gascoigne type of player. There's always one in there, isn't there? Anyway, I just don't like him on the pitch. I never think he's been good enough from the start. So please do move on, Andre. But yeah, at least Ruben has, I feel, an element of control about his squad right now. And I think that's the important side of things. Where the players that are supposedly being moved on could be causing a problem. Ruben is smoothing things over. He's still keeping a relationship. I'm looking at it that way from what Romano said. I just refuse to think that Ruben Amorim is going to bring Andre Onana back in. And I'm going with what you guys said. And a lot of you have commented and messaged me privately saying that Andre Onana is never going to play for this club again. So I'm sticking to it. And I'm going with what everyone else is saying because that's what I want to believe. And I do believe will happen. So let's get into the other side of things. I'm going to come to the comments in a minute as well also. But Tyrell Malacia and where we're at with that one, again, pretty much the same. But Chris Wheeler saying that Tyrell Malacia is expected to leave Manchester United before international break finishes. Again, another one looking likely to be moving out. This is the other player we're talking about. So it's either Bayinde or Onana and Malacia. One of the two goalkeepers and Malacia out before we play Manchester City is the thought. If he is not sold to Real Malacia, I think Chris Wheeler was just covering the obvious here. He will be integrated back into Manchester United's first team squad. I don't see the point. I mean, look, obviously, you don't want a player training out on his own for 4 months with no chance of getting the move anywhere. You get him the move. If you don't get him the move, he can come back in and train. He can be a player for training sessions. But unfortunately for Tyrell, he's never going to play football for Manchester United again. There isn't anybody in that team that he could get ahead of in any position right now. So, again, I do believe that Manchester United right now are fully confident that they can get rid of Tyrell Malacia. I just think, it is going to be a loan. It's going to be a loan deal for Tyrell Malacia. So, yeah, 100% see this being a, let's just say, loan for Andre Onana, whatever it may be, certain wages covered, and then it's going to be I feel, another loan for Tyrell Malacia. There just isn't enough there for anybody to actually feel like there's an actual offer on the table. Manchester United tried to get a deal done and loan out the likes of Tyrell Malacia with an obligation, but Elche, who were looking into taking Tyrell Malacia, didn't want to do the obligation, didn't want to buy him permanently, but United trying their best to move every single player on, and I think that's where we're actually at now. Why did he not go to Elche? Well, because of what I just said there, Stu, really, mate. It was simply because Manchester United tried to put a permanent element into his contract and they wouldn't agree it. They just want to take United players and just give them back. They're like grandparents with the grandkids, aren't they? They love all of the niceties and everything like that, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty and dealing with the wages, i.e. the night shift and doing the overnight stuff, they don't want to do that. They just want to give them back. There you go. And they should do as well. You should want to be with your kid overnight and everything like that. Right, shut up, Adam, going completely off there. You get what I mean, though. They don't want to deal with the finances of these bomb squad players, and they just want to take them and use them and just throw them away. That's it. It's disposable players right now is what Manchester United have got. Luckily for us, we have managed to negotiate some really good deals over this summer for a lot of our players that are on loan right now. Obviously, we're moving Rasmus Højlund on. That deal is a permanent one. There's no way that Napoli do not qualify for the Champions League. I'm sorry. They have got an excellent team. And barring a Antonio Conte meltdown, Rasmus will be out of the door. But yes, Tyrell Malacia, no actual clubs in for him. Just to round that up there. No one officially looking at Tyrell. It's all on the hope that they will move him on. I think they're open to just a straightforward loan now, just to make it easy for someone to move him on and get him out of the way. That's about it with Malacia. The same will be with Onana. No one's buying him, and there is no real offers on the table, substantial wise, for Manchester United to even look at right now. It'll be loan and a loan, and out the door they go again, and we'll deal with them two again next summer. And that will be that. Let's get into the chat and let's see what everybody is saying. By the way, I have pinned up the link to OK Jerseys, another one of the actual, they're not a retro, and it isn't a normal one. It is one of the special shirts as well. Special designed Manchester United home shirts from OK Jerseys. So if you don't like the original and you want to mix it up, again, same old quality, get onto that link in the live chat right now or in the description on OK Jerseys and grab yourself an absolute bargain of his shirts as well. If you use promo code ADAM, then you will get even more money off your shirt, and it's only cheap anyway. So even cheaper shirts now, everybody, as well. So get to it, everyone. Right, into the chat we go. First off, we have London Super Chat in. Adam, if it wasn't the World Cup next year, would the Rats have left the ship? We talked about that throughout the summer, didn't we, London? But it's a definite, I feel, weapon Manchester United had in their arsenal to moving these players on. 100% Manchester United looked at the World Cup year, everything that was happening with Manchester United's bomb squad players, what they would have wanted, the desperation for them players to move on, to compete and fight for a place in their international sides for the World Cup and AFCON, like we're dealing with Andre Onana as well. I think Manchester United knew this, and I think it would have been difficult. I do think it would have been more difficult. Look, if you got Jadon Sancho, haven't you, who's just really not bothered about anything but money and his PlayStation time, and he's not really bothered at all, as we can see. He just won't relinquish his grip on his wages at Manchester United. He thinks he is a top baller. He is a complete and utter waste of time, and it will always be the same way. I think, what was it? Someone was talking the other day. Who was it? Someone was telling me a story about Jadon Sancho, about his attitude at Manchester City and the academy, and him constantly having the wrong attitude as an academy player. Honestly, the man has been known to just rub everybody up the wrong way. Every single manager he's worked with has had a problem with Jadon Sancho, and I think it will continue through the rest of his career. Unfortunately, he hasn't realised it. Carl Lair with these, not with the Super Chat, but the 22 months membership renewal. I know, actually, just on this, by the way, on my screen, I see a membership renewal. On your side, you see something else, apparently. Kaz was telling me this the other day. I can't remember what it was called from your side. I will have to remember this, but it's a certain chat that you get to use. Someone will just tell me in the chat in a minute, but Carl's just used his there. Thank you, mate. He is 22 months a member of Forever United TV. What a legend. 100k by the end of the week, end of this week, Adam. Hit the subs all. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to even jinx it or mention it anymore, because I know it'll just stop. And I know I'm not going to mention it until we're there. I'm talking about the 99,000 subscribers we had, because we're doing a giveaway. So shirts like this, you make sure that you're in that watch-along for England against Wales after the FUTV show on Saturday. We jump across to Football Talks, our other channel. And if you're not subscribed already, link in the description, everybody. But we're going to be doing FUTV, then straight into a watch-along for England-Wales. And we're going to be giving away 3 of these shirts. Nothing. Giving them you. Anywhere worldwide. We'll get you this shirt delivered to you. Milestone Chats is what it's called. There you go. Carl's just dropped his. Kaz has just reminded me right now. Let's get some more comments in here, everybody. Please pile into the comments. It shouldn't even be a consideration at this stage for Onana. It should be a confirmation. That's from Wesley Hall. Jeff says, sure, Chelsea reports out today he never turned up for training, stayed up all night. They're false, mate. Jeff, that's the ones that Romano was talking about earlier on that I mentioned. Don't believe everything you read that goes out on social media, mate. But look, Jadon Sancho is a nightmare. And I think that has been proven by all of the problems that he's had at every single club. But then reports that Todd Boehly was speaking about him not turning up for games and training. Romano has said that they are not true. Definitely not. The purple kit is quality. I would got the new home kit and the black third kit plus 2 retros. Awesome. Free for 60. Not bad at all. No. Good on you, Stu. Absolutely mega, mate. In my birthday at weekend, I'm going out for a meal with the missus, so Probs won't be around for the watch along, unfortunately. I'll let you off, Carl. It's okay, mate. You can go for a meal, mate. It's only England. No, it's not. It's England versus Wales. Great Britain and all of that. So get back quick. You have to watch that game. DFS says Man City, Dortmund, Manchester United, Dortmund, Chelsea and Villa, 6 teams in 25 years old. Jadon Sancho, something is not right there. Not right here. It's not. I've said this before. And he's always going to be... he's always going to live in the memory of Manchester United fans as one of the worst... Actually, here's one for you right now. Worst ever transfers, every circumstance included, for Manchester United. Let's go the last 5 years. Get into the live chats. Play along with this in the comment section as well, everybody. Tell me, just a total off topic. We're going to move on to other news in a moment, but go for it in the comment section. Fill it right up there. It's not Wales, is it not, this weekend? No, I don't know what I'm talking about then. Sorry, I must have got the games wrong. I got mixed up. Sorry, I'm thinking way ahead. I'll make sure that I've got the right one. But we're doing the watch along anyway because I want to give away the shirts. So, yeah, sorry. Anyway, worst ever signing for Manchester United. Oh, God, there's been some. Let's just do the last 5 years so it doesn't get complicated. You tell me. There's plenty in there, isn't there? I can think of a few off the top of my head. What we're thinking here. Sancho, Antony, Andre Onana, definitely up there as well. Rasmus Højlund could be in there for Manchester United. There's a few. Get in there and let me know, everybody. Last 5 years, please, everybody. So don't go too far. I can see someone putting Di Maria and Sanchez in already. I did say 5 years. So just get that one. Yeah, Wales is the October one, everyone. Sorry about that. Not Sanchez, 5 years. Go into that. Is it 5 years? Sancho was bought 5 years ago, near enough, wasn't he? And so, yeah. Forget it. Just choose who you want. No one's listening to me. Okay, let's move on to other stories. So Jim Ratcliffe and his hold. Well, not so much a hold, just an impact in overall over Manchester United. You've seen the story. Has everyone read the article regarding the one from The Athletic and all of the information that Laurie Whitwell spilled out from this transfer window? The impact of Sir Jim Ratcliffe highlighted in nearly every single transfer at Manchester United. It was him that got Brian Mbeumo finally over the line. He was the one that made the call. He left his recruitment team to it. He left his negotiating team to it. In the end, he was the one that said, right, just get this done. Let's get it over the line and get Brian Mbeumo in for Manchester United. He got that done. Some will say, why didn't he come in earlier? Well, he's employed people to do a job, and they didn't quite get it over the line, although Brentford did take the mick out of Manchester United. But United got the deal they wanted because it's 65 million all in. The add-ons are a nightmare to get a hold of. So United got Brian Mbeumo of 65 million. That was a good deal for Manchester United. I don't care what anybody says. So he came in on that one. And Benjamin Sesko was pushed forward very, very quickly for Ruben Amorim for the start of the season. And obviously we got that deal over the line as well. We did try and go in for Carlos Baleba, but in terms of the outgoings as well, this is where it really kicked into gear. Manchester United, obviously with Garnacho, the understanding between Chelsea, Omar Barada, knowing the people there, it dragging on a little bit. Sir Jim Ratcliffe involved again. That meeting that he had regarding the goalkeeping situation, we spoke about that this morning. Big impact on that one as well, and making the call. Deal with the ins now, and then we'll deal with the outgoings, and we'll isolate and deal with them best we can, which we just talked about there. Anana, Tiro, Malacia, anyone still hanging around will still be dealt with, and I do feel like we are going to be still dealing with them players and moving them on loan. Worst case scenario, then sold maybe January. Maybe, you never know. Even a 6-month deal for them players might do United right now. So let's just see. And let's just see how well United do with them deals as well. That'll be an interesting one to watch. How much of their wages can we actually get rid of? But in the Kobbie Mainoo situation, so Jim Ratcliffe very much involved on that one and saying no to Kobbie Mainoo leaving Manchester United. He fully backed Ruben Amorim on this stance. Kobbie was never going to leave Manchester United. Never in a million years. And we got to that point where it was like, yes, he just wants to go on loan and we're still going to keep hold of him. No, because United didn't have their prime targets in situ to bring in as a midfielder. And we didn't go out and get anybody. That, I think, was probably, in the future, you're not going to see it now, I think probably one of Manchester United's best transactions, best deals. That, I think, was a very, very sensible decision for Manchester United. Not just keeping hold of Kobbie Mainoo, I think that's a no-brainer, but not going out and buying another midfielder. People moaning about not bringing that midfielder in. Who would you have brought in? Carlos Baleba is not for sale. Adam Wharton is not for sale. Otherwise, somebody else would have taken them earlier in the window. United tried, had a target in Carlos Baleba, could not get him. Is there anyone out there that's better than what we've got right now? Manchester United stood firm and said, no, we'll wait. We'll do the right thing here and we'll wait for a better player to come around. No to Kobbie Mainoo. We dealt with that situation instantly. That was just shut down completely. And I think that nightmare agency that we talked about, the CAA agency that Kobbie Mainoo is represented by, were just firmly put in their place by Manchester United. And it's good to see. To be honest, don't want agents actually running football. You know what I feel about that. And I think Manchester United well and truly won that battle there with Kobbie Mainoo and his representatives. So really happy that Kobbie stayed. I think this could be the making of him now. Look, he's seen a taste of, he didn't get a taste of it, but he's seen the light or what he thought was at the end of a tunnel. He's seen some other grass on the other side. Hopefully he realises that was never going to be greener. And what he was doing was detaching himself from the Manchester United fan base. I don't think I would have been able to forgive Kobbie Mainoo if he'd have left on loan when we really needed him and he wasn't willing to fight for his place. I've said that all along. I think common sense has prevailed here. Look, and I made a good point between both him and his situation and the club's stance on this. And I think we had a great show on that when we talked about it. But United standing firm and just going bang, no. I think that was great. And not buying another midfielder because they didn't feel like there was another one out there. Look, I could have brought up a few different names, but I think they would have all been questioned as, are they actually starters for Manchester United? Are they good enough to start right now? Are they any better than what we've got? And the answer was probably debatable with all of them. The fact that we went in for Conor Gallagher on loan tells you exactly where Manchester United's head is at and what they're thinking. That would have been a very, very shrewd business transaction and transfer for Manchester United to do that. I'm not surprised that we didn't manage to get it because Gallagher is a very, very good player. And to get him on loan for nothing, yeah, that would have been incredibly good business for Manchester United. But no. So I stand by what I said. The transfer window was dealt with and it was dealt with abruptly. And I do believe as well, you know, and this is something that I've been looking into. I think, and this has been proven now, so we are 2 summers in, 3 transfer windows in for Manchester United under Ineos now. Not one player over the age of 26 has been brought in by Manchester United. Not one. And again, I think Sir Jim Ratcliffe had a say on the goalkeeper situation. I don't think he wanted Emi Martinez. I think the backup was there. But if there was anything, and he needed to come in and give anything a push, I think he came in and pushed the Senna Lamens situation. I really do. I think that was all down to Manchester United and their vision going forward. Emi Martinez was perfect for Ruben Amorim right now. But I still believe that Manchester United are operating behind Ruben Amorim. And that's not a bad thing. That's just the club buying players that they know can fit every single manager's style and can work under any system going forward in the future if Ruben Amorim doesn't survive. And I think that has been made clear this summer as well. Because I think that some of these signings are not wholeheartedly Ruben Amorim signings. I think together they've made the majority of them. But some of them are full-on future signings for Manchester United past Ruben Amorim, I feel. I really do. I think Sesko will be. He will outlast Ruben Amorim. Obviously, you've got your younger players, your Aidan Heavens. I think Patrick Dorgu will still be here. The situation... I said Diego Leon, didn't I? Yeah, Dorgu, Heaven, Leon, players like this, Sesko, the younger 20-year-old players, even the Carlos Baleba to a certain degree as well. Buying players that you know work in the Premier League and in multiple systems, very, very adaptable and flexible players. I think United are being sensible. And I think it's Manchester United signings this time, not just Ruben Amorim signings. I don't care what anybody says about what happened in that first summer with Erik ten Hag. I think there was one Manchester United signing, and that was, obviously, Manuel Ugarte. Because he definitely wasn't an Erik ten Hag signing. I think everybody else had links and ties to Erik ten Hag in a way. And if you're a manager and you're saying, yes, Joshua Zirkzee is the right type of signing for us this season, knowing that we've only got Rasmus Højlund available to us, yeah, you could argue Marcus Rashford was there, but Marcus Rashford's never a striker. Everybody knows this. Then you need to be questioned. You really do. So I'm happy we've had this hard stance, but I do believe that just going into that goalkeeping situation again, I feel like Emi Martinez was definitely a player Manchester United wouldn't have gone for, because in that same report, again, the Danny Welbeck story came out. And the Danny Welbeck story was that Manchester United had him down alongside Calvert-Lewin as another striker option. And again, it was something that Manchester United did not pursue. They could not agree on that. Again, another player over the hill, you could say, and past it. And this is, like I just said then, 3 transfer windows in now with Ineos. And Man United have not bought one player over the age of 26. So that, I think, is something that we need to obviously remember in this as well, that they are future buying. They're not just buying for the now. And they have refused to do that throughout. Even in the turmoil right now, when we could have got Emi Martinez, and I still would have got him because I knew Manchester United had Radek Vitek coming through in the wings as well. I thought that was sensible for me. But they still refuse to do it. They want to bring in their own. They want to create their own. And where there is something that you have to look at and admire in that as well, it obviously does come with the negative. And the negative is that they're unproven players. But they're convinced, I feel, that they've got enough proven players in there and experience to adapt the players that we've actually got. And they're only going to go out and buy the best and what they can get. I do think that they have got the best in what they can get throughout this window. I really do. In all of the positions that they've brought players in, I think they feel that they have brought in the better players. The only one I disagree with is the goalkeeper, because Emi Martinez is an absolute world-class goalkeeper, in my opinion. Look, some people will disagree, but we'll come into that now, into the chats alone. Are you happy with the stance that United have had with buying the younger players and playing and bringing players in for the future? Get into the comment section on this, everybody, please. I want to know your thoughts on this one. Let's get some debate going as well. There's plenty of people here that are happy that Kobbie Mainoo is staying as well. There's plenty of people that thought he could go and do one. I think Graham was one man, actually, who said to me, like, I'm happy for Kobbie Mainoo to leave Manchester United on a permanent. Don't care. Get him out of the football club. And he wasn't the only one. Worst ever in my 40 years supporting Manchester United, William Prunier, Cleberson and Massimo Taibe. Yeah, I remember Prunier. Remember when I said earlier on in the last 5 years, did everyone deliberately just go as far back as they possibly could with these nightmare players or worst ever transfers that they could think of? I'm sure if you are watching later on and you're playing catch-up, you will look at this and say, okay, Adam asked for the worst Manchester United transfer coming in the last 5 years, and I'll get a few of them in the comment section later. Hopefully you do. And we'll Adam, I think you might have not only got England's opponent wrong, but also the day. It's Sunday, isn't it? I don't think it is it? Let me just check. I got the opponent wrong, but I'm pretty certain England play on Saturday. They have to play Saturday because the last game for internationals in Europe is Tuesday, and so they need that break. Let me just check it out now. Hopefully I'm not wrong with that one. Bear with me 1 second. Right, let's have a look. So it is Saturday at 5 o'clock. No, I was right on that one. The next Saturday game is the October one for Wales. We're going to do that one as well, obviously. But no, we're covering both England games over the week and weekend and next week, which is Andorra and Serbia. It is World Cup qualifying, so quite substantial, quite significant. We'll be on a definite England watch on that one in terms of sort of player watch in the England squad on that one. Obviously, no Man United players to watch, but still, it's England in it. It's qualifiers. So, yeah, we're going to be doing that. I'm using England as the excuse to do a giveaway. So, what else? There's nothing really to moan about, is there? So, yeah. No, at least I got the day right, mate, anyway. But thanks for pointing it out. I double-checked that and made sure. Got quite a bit wrong tonight on that England one. Right. Let's see what we got. Plenty of people are in strong debates in there as well. Please keep it civil as well, everybody. People have their own opinions, so keep it polite. Yes, please. Thank you, Ruddy, for that one. No need to fall out, everybody. Look, everyone's got their own opinions and everyone sees things differently. That's why we do FUTV. Let's keep everybody involved. Let's not put people off. Liam says, Alexis Sanchez, Jadon Sancho, worst of all time. Sancho definitely up there. He's definitely mine anyway. Really, honestly, what an absolute nightmare signing he was. Mr. Dacia Sandero says, last 5 years as well, Sancho, Onana and Malacia. I can't say Malacia because he was cheap. Hasn't really cost us anything. And did have a little bit of an impact in his first season. I don't know what Sancho's done. And Onana's been a nightmare. So they're both right up there. Right. In terms of the future, great news for Manchester United's Academy. Not only did we do the video earlier on, potentially of a incoming into Man United's first team squad with Sekou Kone. That was my midday video. Go check that out. 8-minute long video there if you want to get the full update on where we're at with Sekou Kone, everybody. So get onto that, please, everyone. In terms of the other good news from the academy, Man United's under-21s were playing today. Diego Leon was getting game time for the under-21s today. That's interesting in terms of him not on international duty, obviously, and needing a bit of game time. So good that he got some minutes in his legs as well. I'm sure Ruben was watching and paying close attention. So that was good to see him. But in that game, Shea Lacey is back, everybody. He featured a lot on the Asia Tour and really stood out amongst a lot of Manchester United Academy players that featured on that post-season tour. He is now back. Shea Lacey scored an absolute screamer in that game today for Manchester United's under-21s. And him being back to his best, I think he's a player that Ruben has used a lot of. He's been in Man United's first team training for a while, integrating in and out. He's been on tour with the team. He has been involved quite a lot under Ruben Amorim. Amorim does like him. He is absolute quality. The fact that he's had so many injuries has been so unfortunate because I feel like he would have already been knocking on the door. I've done lots of coverage of the Man United Academy, as you all know. And again, I will be trying to do more and get to a few more games as and when I can in between all of the Manchester United first team stuff. But him, wow, he could be absolute mustard for Manchester United. He really could. Back today, watch him. That's all I'm saying. Watch out for Shea Lacey. Man United's under-21s and 18s have had fantastic starts to the season, by the way. So, yeah, do make sure to keep an eye on that. Go watch it back on the highlights again. Absolute jazzer of a goal. Like that, all in all, like Manchester United. Right now, I'm actually in quite a comfortable position. The league position for us is better than what I thought it would be, especially after the first 3 games. But to finish above Manchester City after the first group of games in the league, I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. I'll take being in 9th and top half of the table for starters. We've got some very, very tough games coming up. In fact, in the next 5 games for Manchester United, we have got City, Chelsea and Liverpool. And then after Liverpool, we've got Brighton. So, yeah, actually, the next 6 games for Manchester United are City, Chelsea, Brentford, Sunderland, Liverpool and Brighton. Oh, my God. It's like do or die time, innit? No easing up there on fixtures for United. I talked about the next 4 games earlier on today. I looked a bit further and then I realised, geez, after the October international break, Man United have got, coming straight back off that international break, away to Liverpool and then at home to Brighton, who we never beat at home. I think we've lost the last 3 times we've played Brighton at Old Trafford. So, yeah, nightmare bunch of fixtures for Manchester United. It really is. So we are going to be tested. The good thing is we're playing City after an international break. Might be a good time to play. And we're playing Liverpool after an international break. So no time to really grasp a lot of form. The stop-startness of the international breaks at this stage of the season is a pain in the royal arse. But Manchester United don't have European football to think about the following week. So full throttle in every single game. That might be where we actually do steal a march on some of these bigger teams, actually. Because when we're playing the likes of Chelsea will be coming straight to Old Trafford on a Saturday evening off the back of a Champions League night. And that is where I think United will have the advantage in that one. Less games. That's the important bit for Manchester United. And I think that's where we pick up a few more points and why I was confident going into this season without European football, what Manchester United could actually accomplish. I really do. Right, let's get some more comments in on everything that's going on, everybody. You obviously lost a lot of confidence after I just told you the next 6 games, didn't you? Come on, be honest with yourselves. Get into the chats. Gems, a legend. Gems, what an absolute baller. Thank you very much. 5 gifted memberships there from Gems. Please do make sure that you thank her in the live chat if you have been gifted one of them memberships. Thank you again. Absolutely love that when we've got such generosity in the chat. It has always been a trait with everybody here on Forever United TV. We do have the best community on YouTube. We really do. And you should all give yourselves a bit of a big up on that one. Advantage United, we don't have as many internationals as City and Liverpool. It's a good point, Liam. It's a good point. Who have we got waiting at home? Mainu, Mount if he's fit. Mount, Shaw, Maguire. We've got quite a healthy looking squad when you think about it, who haven't gone away. Quite a few first team players there. Look, I'm not going to tempt fate and say that Matheus Cunha is going to be fit and available for Manchester United. I just hope that he's fit and playing by October time. Don't rush him back. We've got plenty of cover. Let's not be stupid. And when he comes back, Licha will be back. More pictures of him again today online. I did mention it this morning. And all of a sudden, the pictures come out later on. Licha on grass. Some saying that he might actually be back in first team training after international break. I think closer to October for Licha, going off what I've been told anyway. But still, you never know. He's ahead of schedule. And we were told Licha was not going to be back until December. Maybe even next calendar year with the severity of his injury. But United have taken their time. It looks like the recovery time has done him well. And he is coming back ahead of schedule, which is fantastic news for Manchester United. To have yet another option in there for selection is absolutely brilliant. But yeah. Again, all good news. United's youngsters firing. Injuries clearing up. Manchester United going into the international break in decent form off the back of the Burnley game. Well, it's only one game, I know. Give me that. Just give me that. I'm clinging on. I want to be positive. I want to be upbeat. And I will always try and find that and look for the positive out of everything that we've got at Manchester United right now. But I can see things happening. Like we said before, them stats that we brought up this morning. Manchester United right up there in every single attacking stat that there is in the league. Apart from shots on target. Was it goals scored? I can't remember which one it was now. One of them anyway. But Manchester United actually right up there, competing with the best in the league right now in terms of all stats. The touches inside the opposition box was the biggest one for me. That was absolutely awesome, that one. For Man United to be up there on that, that's something that we never had before under Amorim last season and Ten Hag before And now it's all changed. So like I said this morning, like we have got some positive there, and we have actually got something to cling on to in terms of things changing under Ruben Amorim. London with another gifted membership. That's 6 in on tonight's show alone. Thank you very much, guys. Absolutely brilliant again. Please make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. I think someone just picked it up in the chat. I think, what are we now? 573, is it? Yeah, 573 subscribers away from 100k. I'd said I wouldn't mention it before, but someone said it in the chat, so I just copied them. It's their fault. Can blame them. Can't remember who it was. One of the mods. Not I'm joking. I'm having a ball. I'm loving it at the moment, and I'm loving all of the community in the chat. Even when we have a little bit of a disagreement in there and we can see people actually falling out, we do manage to wrap it up quite quickly and get everybody talking again. It's good to see so many familiar faces in every single week. People I've actually seen out and about, talking, Old Trafford and everything. Did Malacia leave or rejoin the squad? He's not left yet, mate, but the talk is he's going to be gone by the end of the international break. We will see on that one, won't we? Really hope Martinez doesn't end up being injury prone because of Martinez, who is on it. What? Really hope Martinez doesn't end up being injury prone because of Martinez, who is on it. All right. It really improves us in terms of being competitive and strength in the side. Come on, Leacher. I've asked the question about who you would actually play. Who is your preferred back three several times now. And I think Leacher features in most people's. Also, Bruno has created the most chances of everyone in every league as an eighth. As an eighth? Or is that an 8? Also, Bruno has won the most ground duels of everyone in the league. Time to stop with the rubbish that he is a bad 8. It's not so much he's a bad 8, mate. It's the fact that he doesn't fit the Ruben 8 and what Ruben requires. That's the difference I think most people are making. So I don't think it's a case of everyone completely going in on Bruno for the sake of it. I do believe that people now just don't think that Bruno fits the Ruben system as an 8 and there can be a better player that comes in. Is it safe to say Leacher make or break this season? No, it is safe to say that, mate, because he's now 3 years into a contract. And this is contract year 4 for Leacher. So it is make or break because you're entering renegotiation time or sell time. And if he gets or doesn't hit the ground running or is in poor form, I actually feel like Ineos wouldn't be put off by people talking about selling Leacher. I don't want that to happen. I want him as this in this team. But it is make or break for us. Thank you for that super chat, buddy. Leacher really does need to actually find something this season, I feel. So far, the team has some quality. We need to work on our defence and we will be able to achieve top 5 this season. Glory going Man United, the biggest club in England by far. I don't think the defence is that bad. We've just been caught, I think, with the shape a few times. Crosses, we need to deal better with. Definitely agree on that one. And that would come, hopefully, with a new goalkeeper. Great comment from Alex Stepney on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen it, actually. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it now. Let me just see if it is there again. Oh, yes, I've got it here. So, Alex Stepney, obviously former famous Manchester United goalkeeper, working at the club now. Congratulations and good luck to Senna on joining Manchester United. 60 years ago, nearly 60 years ago, I signed and my age was 23, same as Senna Lamens, and my debut was against a very good Manchester City side. We won 1-0, by the way. Oh, I'm going to cling on to that. I'm one of them types of fans that clings on to things like that, me. And I'm going to put full credit down to Alex Stepney if we beat Manchester City 1-0 now. I remember that tweet. But so interesting how he was brought in when he was 23 as a goalkeeper and his debut was Manchester City. I love things like that. Like the old, let's just call it, what do you call it? Superstition side of things, isn't it? With football. We've all got it. We've all got it, superstitious side. And I think we really do need to, I feel, start St. Lamens. I'm not going to get into that conversation again tonight. That we've already had today anyway. And I'm sure the topic will twist around again and something else will come up tomorrow as it always seems to do. Babs says, Alex Stepney was in the fan zone on Saturday. Yes, the new pop-up tent, Babs. Have you been in it? He is, and I can hear that music and everything going on in that tent from bleeding miles away. It's loud. It is loud. Let's see what else we've got in here. Cal says, I'd sell Leacher, 3 huge injuries, and was really poor defensively and has been targeted on set pieces. I remember saying it at the time. Felicia needs moving on. Look, at least he can come back this season right now, mate, and prove a point. It is make or break right now for him anyway. He's just taking that message down there, Carl. I think he's thought twice about it, or he might have done a typo. I never know which one. That is it, everybody. Thank you so much. Absolutely brilliant show again tonight. Loved all of your comments. We got plenty of them into there. Great debate again. We continue moving forward with all the content here on Forever United TV. Go and check out the video from midday today on Sekou Kone. Full updates on where we're at with him and his recovery as well from that eye socket injury that he picked up from the game in Altrincham that has completely curtailed his start of his season. But he is back. And the word on him in that video about featuring for Man United this season, he is an out-and-out DM. And he could feature. So, interesting look on that. Go check that out earlier on as well. Don't forget to check out the content also on Football Talks today. I was talking about that Grimsby disqualification claim. That's on Football Talks. Link in the description as well, everybody. Go watch that video from earlier on today. And that's us all done here tonight. Thank you, everyone. Amazing show yet again. I love you all. Comments are fantastic. Please pop a like on the video. Please hit the subscribe button as well, everybody. We are getting closer. We are literally nearly under 500 now from getting that magical 100k. Mega day again, everybody. Thank you for your support. I will see you all in the morning, 8 o'clock sharp. Have a great evening, everyone. I'll see you then.